How does it work? It's just really a series of techniques. Would you like to have a look at some of the techniques? Okay, and that's really what I want you to be here for, so that you can get a sense of it and take some techniques away with you. I'll do them as demonstrations, and I'll even get you guys to do bits of it as well. So the first one, 3 positional reframe. Now, does anybody have a problem with another human being? Yeah? No, just one particular person. Now you don't have to bring them up, or you don't have to do anything. All we have to do is make the problem go away. Does that sound like a fair? But the issue is we've only got about 4 minutes to make the problem go away. Does that sound like a fair call? So think of someone that really you just have a problem with. Now come on, think of someone that you just really have a problem with, and it just drives you to drink. Got it. Okay, do you want to play? Yeah,
where?
with me.
Yeah, up there.
Yeah, come on. We just stand it. People sneaking in. So all that's required is that all you have to do is stand there and imagine that the person is over there. Perfect. Did you notice that there was an unconscious response? Instantaneous. The moment that you even thought about the person. Now, I'll let you in on a little secret. People do not exist in the real world. And you go, what? And I'm going to say, the bottom line is people do not exist. Your perception of a person exists on the inside of your mind. And so the entire history of that person is not them, it's within your imagination. So when I think of someone, I don't know the other person. I'm only remembering what I think of them. And in that is the solution. Sound like an interesting way of doing things? So you notice you still haven't got over this, have you?
Well, as soon as you mentioned it,
Yeah.
I had a response.
A response, but the moment you stood there, and it's still like you're sweating at this moment, isn't it? Now, notice your body's stiffened up, your attitude's changed whilst you're standing there.
Yeah, and I feel different.
Feel different. Good. So I want you to leave that there for me. And I want you just to turn 90 degrees and come with me for a second. And I want you to leave that person there and leave that person there. Good. And just watch them. And what's going on between these two drongos? Yeah, you're looking at both of these drongos.
Oh.
Good.
Okay.
They're both having a problem, aren't they?
Only that one, sorry.
Only that one. Okay. Which is fine. Which is fine. Good. Okay. Now, but maybe what I'd like you to do is to come with me over here and turn and look at that person who's looking at those two people. And what do you notice? It's a lot calmer, isn't it?
Yeah, from here.
Yeah.
Back.
Okay, it's a lot calmer, isn't it? Good. So now what I want you to do is to step back into that person, but taking the calmness back with you. So now you're just here watching these two drongos doing what they're doing. Okay? Now, what's really going on between the two of them?
Well, it's like there's an attitude here.
Right.
And there's a reaction.
A reaction over there. You're going to do something really dumb for me? Really weird? I want you to stand inside that person for me. And I want you to be them for a moment. I want you to look through their eyes. I want you to have their attitude. I want you to see this person and tell me, what do you see over there? It is, isn't it? It is a very interesting reaction. What do you see?
Yeah, someone that's got an attitude.
Right.
That's what I see.
That's what you see.
And that's what I feel.
And there, yeah. And you're just, and what's going on inside you as you're watching?
As I'm watching.
You over here. It's you over here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what do you notice?
It seems,
is it reasonable
silly.
and justified what your attitude that you have towards this person?
Not from here.
Oh, okay. So step back over into this person, and you're watching these two go on, and they're doing what they're doing. Can you come up with some solutions? Okay, now I'd like you to do something really odd. Step back into that person for me now. Now, okay, look over there. Now get upset with them. It's not quite working the same way, is it?
No, I don't have the same feelings going on.
In other words, you've got the images on the inside of your head, but what's happening inside your body?
It's not reacting the same way.
Good. You have to understand emotions drive behaviours. You're having the thoughts, but you're not having the emotions. And you see, that's the whole point. That's how quick what we're really after is. So do you reckon that you could do that with when you're having a problem with another person? Complex? Go for it.
It's simple, but what I'm saying is that you practically through that process of positional reframing,
Yes.
I think have to step in her forward and in her feet and in the other person's feet. You are saying that you practically eliminate emotions that are driving her behaviour and her opinion of that other person. So how that happens, that's what interests me.
Oh,
Where do they go? Where is what happens? How do you break that pattern?
for something to be real, okay, you have to have a particular neural pattern in your head. And this pattern is a pattern of reality. Once we give it a dissociated state, in other words, a neutral emotional state, then you can start to do something new with it. It's a bit like you've got a rope over there and you've got a rope over here and you're pulling on the rope and I'm in the middle trying to undo the knot. Whilst there is emotion in play, pulling in the two directions, I can't undo the knot. It becomes impossible. But at the point in which we step off and look at what's going on, all of a sudden there's looseness in the knot and you can very quickly undo it. Virtually impossible. You're being chased by a tiger. I'd like you to do calculus for me. Okay? Right, and that's really what this whole subject is about. Your ability to step back disengages the emotional component of the brain. As a byproduct, you can then rationally come up with a new solution. But because you've come up with a new solution, once you step back into the situation, you can never do it in the same way ever again.
Which is good.
Oh, yes. Because remember we said, would you hand your finances across to a 3-year-old? And the answer is no.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You have to do that like literally to move.
By the way, in the beginning, I'm going to say, in the beginning, by the way, where is the other person?
Usually in front of you.
Whereas in this instance, I'm going to say, do this when they're not there. Because remember, you're not actually having a relationship with the person. You're having a relationship with your impression of the person. And my experience of this is really quite magical. In that, it's a bit like two people tugging on a rope. One person tugs on the rope and the other one responds. However, once you've done this exercise, you're failing to pull on the rope, and as a byproduct, and you go, hang on, they appear to change, yet they weren't even in therapy.
That's good.
It'd still be really annoying. I don't know how you get rid of
Well,
that.
actually, it did change. It's like,
Oops.
it feels totally different.
And we're going to do some more. So, but that's an example of a fun. Do you reckon you can do that?
So you don't have problem anymore.
Well, what it felt was like I could do something with this, where before I didn't feel like that. I was really quite standoffish about even going near that.
And we could tell the way you worked as you
Exactly. The body language that went with this was quite... Okay, great. Next one. Oh, keep going.